With age, morning becomes a very special time. It is like a mirror that reflects everything we have lived through and everything that still lies ahead. When we were young, we could leave home without breakfast, grab a coffee on the go, and feel energetic all day long. But now the body speaks differently. Take care of me. I am no longer the engine you can run without oil. And that is when understanding comes. How your morning begins determines how your entire day will unfold. I have noticed that people often ask what helps them stay young longer. Creams, vitamins, exercise, all of this is certainly important. But true youth begins from within, with what we put on our plate in the morning. Today, I want to tell you about 3 simple foods that literally slow down aging. Yes, without magic. Just what nature gave us for living, not for rushing. And please, subscribe to the channel and like this video if you value advice shared with experience and heart. This helps you not lose the video and helps me understand that what I'm saying truly resonates with you. As the years go by, metabolism slows down, cells lose energy, and breakfast becomes the first opportunity to give the body real support. But here is the problem. Most people eat out of habit, a pastry, sweet yogurt, processed meat, washed down with tea. And then they wonder, why do I have no energy? Why does my heart beat faster? Why does my skin lose its freshness? The answer is simple. The body is not receiving the fuel of youth. When I first realized this, I was 50 years old. I noticed that I felt tired after breakfast, not before it. That was the moment I decided to rethink everything. The results surprised me. Energy returned. Mental clarity came back. My mood became calmer and more stable. I will explain exactly what I changed and why it works. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that your breakfast could be not just food, but a medicine against aging? What you eat in the morning literally programs your body for the entire day, either for fatigue or for youth. Believe me, I am sharing what has been proven by life itself. These are not complicated recipes, not fashion trends, and not diets. These are simple steps that help cells breathe, blood vessels work smoothly, and the face look alive rather than tired. And the most valuable part 1 will reveal at the end of this video. What long-lived people eat in the morning, something rarely spoken about openly. I will share real stories of people who changed their mornings and changed their lives. So stay with me until the end. Because sometimes youth is not about age, but about habits. When I first asked myself why some people look energetic even after 70, while others feel exhausted by midday, I noticed a simple pattern. Those who begin their morning with real, living food, not empty calories, seem to glow from within. They don't chase diets or count calories. They simply nourish their bodies the way the body needs, not the way advertising tells them to. And there was one product almost always present. Oatmeal. Yes, simple, old-fashioned oatmeal. Not the instant kind from a packet, but real whole oats, cooked slowly with care with a spoon of butter or honey with nuts or berries. I call it food of wisdom because oatmeal is not just food. It is a slow-burning fire on which life itself is sustained. Why oatmeal? The reason is simple. As we age, our cells become less sensitive to sugar. We eat sweets, bread, instant cereals, and blood sugar spikes. This accelerates aging of blood vessels, skin, and a brain. Oatmeal provides steady energy. It releases strength slowly, gently, without spikes. This means fewer wrinkles, less fatigue, and reduced inflammation. I remember one patient, Mrs. Douglas. She was 66 years old and came to me exhausted, saying, "Doctor, I don't want anything. After breakfast, it's as if I shut down." I asked her what she ate in the morning. She answered, "A coffee sandwich." I smiled and suggested a simple experiment. Replace coffee and bread with oatmeal, with a spoon of oil and a handful of nuts. 10 days later, she called me and said, "I can't believe it, but it feels like I've woken up. Even my skin looks brighter." And indeed, the body comes alive when it receives nourishment, not stimulation. The secret lies in the fact that oatmeal contains beta-glucans, substances that reduce cholesterol levels and inflammation. They act like a soft brush for the blood vessels, gently cleaning away excess buildup. This is especially important after the age of 50, when metabolism is no longer the same. In addition, oatmeal is rich in magnesium and silicon, which make the skin firmer, the joints more flexible, and the blood vessels more elastic. But it's not only about what you eat, it's also about how you eat. If you rush, eat on the go, even the healthiest food will bring little benefit. But if you sit calmly, notice the aroma, and take a moment of gratitude, the body absorbs food in a completely different way. Try it. In the morning, while the porridge is cooking, play some calm music. Let this moment become your ritual. The body remembers such moments. You can add a little honey, but not to hot porridge, only after it cools slightly to preserve the enzymes. Even better, add a spoon of flaxseed oil or olive oil. These oils saturate cells with youthful fats, smooth the skin, and keep blood vessels flexible. I truly urge you, don't put this off. Try replacing your usual breakfast with oatmeal, oil, and nuts for just 1 week. Listen to how your body responds. Within a few days, you may notice less craving for sweets, less heaviness, more mental clarity. That's because you gave your body steady energy, not a sugar spike. And most interesting part, oatmeal doesn't just nourish the body, it calms the nervous system. Yes, it truly calms it. It's no coincidence that people once said, oatmeal is the food of longevity. It reduces stress levels, improves sleep, and allows cells to recover faster. In my experience, people who make oatmeal the foundation of their breakfast at least 4 to 5 times a week look 5 to 7 years younger. Not because it's a miracle, but because their bodies live without extremes. Calmly, steadily, like a good melody. And in my second recommendation, I want to talk about something that helps not only the body, but also the brain. It is a product that literally slows the aging of nerve cells and makes memory clearer. It is rarely eaten in the morning, although that is exactly when it works best. Believe me, what I'm about to say may change the way you think about breakfast forever. After oatmeal, the body awakens. But for true youth, that alone is not enough. Because youth is not only about skin and joints. It is about a clear mind, sharp memory, and calm thoughts. When the brain becomes tired, the whole body ages. And if the brain is not nourished properly, it begins to take energy from other organs. That is why the second morning product I want to talk about is the walnut. Yes, that very walnut that looks like the human brain. And this is no coincidence. Nature often hints at what a product is meant to support by its shape. Walnuts are true repairers of the nervous system. They contain omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, vitamin E, and rare polyphenol that protect the brain from aging. These substances slow cellular oxidation, improve blood flow to the brain, and help nerve cells transmit signals more efficiently. I have observed for many years how people change when they begin adding just a few walnuts to their morning meal. One of my patients, Mr. Browen, 64 years old, he complained about forgetfulness. "Doctor, you won't believe it," he said. "In the morning, I can't remember whether I turned the kettle off." We didn't look for a miracle pill. I simply asked him to eat 3 or 4 walnuts every morning, together with a spoon of honey and a cup of tea. A month later, he said, I've become more attentive, calmer, as if the fog in my head has lifted. This is how nutrition for the brain works, gently but deeply. Walnuts are especially important in the morning. At night, the brain spends a lot of energy on recovery, and by morning it needs fuel. Coffee gives a sharp burst, but it burns out quickly. Walnuts provide a long, clean source of energy. If you add them to oatmeal, you get an almost perfect breakfast. Proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, everything needed for cellular renewal. In addition, walnuts reduce inflammation and protect the heart and blood vessels. That means a lower risk of stroke, more strength, and greater resilience. But there is one important rule. Don't eat them by the handful. Eat them mindfully. 3 to 5 halves are enough. Chew slowly and thoroughly. Your taste will tell you when it's enough. Sometimes I recommend making a morning youth cream. Grind walnuts, add a little honey and lemon juice, store it in a jar, and eat 1 teaspoon every morning. It's delicious and beneficial. Energy for the whole day. I often notice that people underestimate the power of simple foods. They think rejuvenation must be expensive, complicated, or far away. But the body is honest. It doesn't expect miracles, it expects attention. And the walnut is one of those small gestures of care that change everything. Try it for just 1 week, and you will feel the difference. Your memory will become clearer, your thoughts calmer, even your mood more balanced. I truly urge you, don't postpone it. Just place a small plate of walnuts where you usually put your teacup. Let it become your symbol of self-care. And next, I want to tell you about the third product, one that helps not only the brain and blood vessels, but the entire body. It makes the skin clearer, the joints more flexible, and the metabolism more active. Many people have heard about it, but almost no one uses it correctly. And this is the key to slowing down the aging of the whole body. If oatmeal nourishes the body and walnuts nourish the brain, then the third element of the morning routine is responsible for cleansing, because youth is impossible without purity. With age, substances accumulate in the body that prevent it from breathing. Toxins, medication residues, byproducts of stress. That is why after 50 people often feel sluggishness, heaviness, and notice dull skin. And here, an ordinary lemon comes to the rescue. Yes, the very same lemon that many people add to tea without much thought. But if you know how and when to use it, it becomes a true elixir of youth. I always say, lemon in the morning is housekeeping for the body. It gently cleanses the liver, activates metabolism, helps cells produce energy, and, most importantly, reduces inflammation. And inflammation is the main driver of aging. In the morning, right after waking up, drink a glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon juice. Not sour, not sharp, just barely noticeable. If you add a spoon of honey, you get a soft, warming drink. And this is where the magic begins. After just a few days, you may notice that your skin becomes clearer, your eyes brighter, and your digestion works like clockwork. I remember Mr. Veen, 72 years old. He always said, "I don't like sour things." But one day, he decided to try. After 3 weeks, he told me, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I wake up without bitterness in my mouth. And even my mood is different." That's how lemon works, quietly, but deeply. It is scientifically proven that vitamin C helps cells produce collagen, the protein of youth, which keeps the skin firm, the joints flexible, and the blood vessels strong. In addition, lemon reduces blood acidity, which improves kidney and heart function. This is especially important in later years. As we age, the body becomes less resistant to stagnation and toxins, and lemon works like a gentle internal brush, cleansing without stress. You can make a simple habit. Every morning before breakfast, drink a glass of warm lemon water and then have oatmeal with walnuts. This trio, water, oatmeal, and nuts, creates an ideal morning for those who want to preserve youth, energy, and clarity. Many people believe aging is destiny. In reality, it is simply the accumulation of fatigue. And if every morning you help your body release what it doesn't need, aging retreats. I always say, don't be afraid of the years you've lived. Be afraid of the years lived without care. Try this routine for just 1 week, and you will feel the difference. Your body will feel lighter, your skin fresher, your mood more stable. And all you do is drink a little water with lemon and honey. Please, don't use cold water. Warm water helps the liver wake up, while cold water causes spasms. Let your morning be gentle. Let your body feel that you are on its side. In my experience, people who start their day with lemon water get sick less often, sleep better, and look fresher. This is not magic. The body is simply grateful for attention. But there is one more detail that almost everyone misses. Lemon water cleanses, yes. But if you do one more thing after it, the effect multiplies. This action requires no money and no time, only silence and a few minutes. And it slows down not only the aging of the body, but also of the mind. I will tell you about it in the next part. Believe me, it can become your morning ritual of calm and strength for many years. Many people search for the secret of youth in foods, supplements, and creams. But more and more, I see that the main cause of aging is haste. We eat in a rush, think in a rush, live in a rush. And the body, especially after 50, can no longer tolerate that. It asks for attention, a slower rhythm, and silence. That is why the fourth recommendation is calm morning breathing. You may be surprised what breathing has to do with youth. Everything. Because it's not skin or hair that ages first. Cells age when they lack oxygen. And breathing is their nourishment. But there is a catch. If we breathe shallowly and hurriedly, oxygen doesn't reach where it's needed. Then the brain, heart, and blood vessels all start working at half strength. I always tell my patients, the most powerful vitamin is air if you know how to use it. In the morning, before eating, when the air is still fresh, do a simple exercise. Sit upright, relax your shoulders. Inhale for a count of 4, feeling your chest fill with air. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly for a count of 4. Repeat 10 times. No strain. Just observe the air coming in and going out. At that moment, blood vessels expand, blood becomes oxygenated, and the brain awakens. If you do this every day, within a week you will notice that morning anxiety disappears. Clarity and lightness appear. This is something you cannot buy at a pharmacy. Once, Mrs. Johnson, 69 years old, came to me and said, "Doctor, I'm not aging physically, I'm aging mentally. I wake up already tired." I suggested she start her mornings with breathing by an open window, looking at the sky. 2 weeks later, she smiled and said, "I've stopped being afraid of mornings. I wait for them." That's how breathing works. It restores not only health, but also the taste for life. Breathing is the bridge between body and soul. When you breathe calmly, the brain receives the signal. Everything is okay. Stress fades, blood pressure decreases, heart function improves. And stress, after all, is what ages us the fastest. Try tomorrow. Don't reach for your phone right away. Don't rush to the kitchen. Just open the window, inhale the morning air, and say to yourself, "I'm alive. I'm grateful." It may seem small, but believe me, youth is built from such small things. I urge you, don't ignore this. No cream can replace calm breathing. Because beauty is not a tightened face, it is relaxed eyes. Don't rush. Don't scold yourself. Just breathe. Let every breath remind you. You're still here. You're still living. You still can. In my experience, people who begin their mornings with breathing and gratitude age more slowly than those who live in constant haste. They get sick less often, their gaze is softer, their words warmer. Most importantly, they feel that life is not ending. It continues every day. Now that you know how to nourish the body, the brain, and the soul, it's time to unite everything into one whole. Because youth is not a set of actions, it is a state. And it can be created if you know one simple formula. I will tell you about it in the next part. The most important one. The one I usually share only with those who are truly ready to listen. Because it is what turns habits into strength. When someone asks me, "What should I eat in the morning to avoid aging?" I smile. Because the answer is not on a single plate. Youth is not a product. It is a state that begins with care. Everything you've heard, oatmeal, walnuts, lemon water, breathing, are parts of one whole. When you combine them, the body begins to live differently. This is what the morning of a person who does not age looks like. They wake up without haste. They don't grab their phone. They don't rush to the kitchen. First, a glass of warm water with lemon and honey. This is a signal to the body. Wake up. I'm here. Then, a few minutes of calm, conscious breathing. No thoughts. Just life through inhalation and exhalation. Then, light stretching or a few steps around the room. After that, a bowl of oatmeal with a spoon of oil and a few walnuts. And perhaps a cup of warm green tea or herbal infusion. That's it. No diets. No strict rules. Only attention and kindness toward yourself. And do you know what happens? After a few days, the person wakes up different. The morning fog in the head disappears. Swelling goes away. The gaze becomes calmer. After a month, skin, sleep, and mood change. After 6 months, the whole organism changes. This is not a miracle. It is a natural state when body, mind, and soul work in harmony again. In my experience, the body ages when a person stops listening to it. when they eat mechanically, breathe in a rush, and get angry at the mirror. But once attention returns, the body responds instantly. We cannot stop time, but we can make every day light, clear, and alive. I have seen how these simple habits change people. A man who complained of fatigue suddenly began to smile. A woman who couldn't sleep began greeting dawn with a cup of lemon water. They didn't become younger by passport. They became younger in their eyes. And youth lives in the eyes. I truly urge you, don't postpone it. Start tomorrow. Let be just one step, one glass of water, one breath, one spoon of oatmeal, one morning without haste. Let the body feel that you hear it, and it will respond with gratitude. And please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you value such conversations. Calm, warm, and real. This helps you not lose important videos and helps me know that these words resonate in your hearts. And now, the most important thing I promise to share at the very end. The secret is not in food, not in breathing, not in lemon. The secret is self-love. When you start your morning not with irritation, but with gratitude, the body feels it. The cells hear it. Life accepts it. Love yourself through simple things. Through water, through breath, through a warm breakfast. And then no years will truly be able to age you. This brings our morning conversation to an end. I did not tell you about miracle remedies. I told you about the simplest and truest steps from which real youth begins. Let's remember them once more. First, warm water with lemon and honey, the key that opens the morning. Second, oatmeal. It gives gentle energy and supports the heart and skin. Third, walnuts, small friends of our brain. They bring clarity, improve memory, and protect blood vessels. Fourth, calm breathing that connects body and soul. And fifth, self-love, expressed in small things, gratitude, a slow sip, a gentle look at life. When you combine all of this, you get what I call the morning of youth. It requires no money, only attention, because the body does not wait for perfection. It waits for kindness. Believe me, live in this rhythm for just 1 week, and you will feel how not only your well-being changes, but also your inner state. The rush disappears. Anxiety fades. A sense of calm and confidence appears, along with lightness in the body, brightness in the eyes, and a smile without reason. And if someone says, it's just a coincidence, no, it is the result of love for life. Please share this video with those who complain of fatigue, insomnia, or body pain. Perhaps they simply lack attention to their mornings. And if even one person, thanks to this video, decides to live their day more calmly and warmly, then we did not speak in vain. Take care of yourself. Your time is valuable at any age. And remember, youth is not a number in your passport. It is a state of the heart. It is born in every breath, in every sip of water, in every warm word you say to yourself. Now take a breath, smile, and say, today, I choose life again. Let this day become my new beginning.